Alright, so we are back for our game that is made of dice, so I am not going to complain anymore. And moving forward. So, he bought 3 infantry, 3 fighters. I did kill off 3 of his fighters, so that puts him back up to 6 fighters once again, which he's got inland and over here. He's not going to strafe Moscow to set up Germany, so means I will at least, Moscow will make it a G7 at least. Really through G7 to G8 is what I really mean to say is that he'll be here come G8 is when they'll probably take Moscow. Of course, they're going to take India next, and Africa is going to start falling apart. So that's the part I wasn't counting on. Africa starting to fall apart already. And I still got enough of American fleet that I think I can, well, stacking here is going to be a 50-50 for his 3 fighters coming in with his 3 boats. But we're going to take it because we need to go ahead and take DEI and try to keep the transport alive. Between these guys, and the fighters that'll be up here, I think I'll have C-Zone 34 dead zoned. I don't know. I mean, he could put 3 battleships and 2 carriers in there next round because he's going to take both of these with Germany and 6, so G7, he could theoretically put all of that over there, I guess. I don't know. And on this side, I'm going to start working the carrier back. Going to be building some US ships. We got some UK ships, so we should be able to unify down here before they get around and be able to combine with the German fleet. And that's really my biggest thing is I don't want the German fleet and the Japan fleet to merge, if at all possible. So that's what I'm going for. Of course, like I said, this one little infantry is going to be a bit annoying. He won't be able to land in South Africa, or else I'll be able to, hit him with these guys and/or my guys I'm bringing over here. But then they're going to stop me from landing any more troops into South Africa until I get more down this way, which I don't know. It's all not the greatest situation, but we're just going to have to make the best of it that we can. And so he's going to stop my US shuck for a while, which means he's going to get plenty of German units down into Africa. But we'll see how we manage that, and we're just going to do the best we can. I mean, like I said, the good news is he can't completely bail out. He's got to worry about Moscow and taking Moscow at some point. And if he takes too much out, then we can start moving Moscow around. I do need to, I'm going to have to pause on the Russian turn to see if it's a possibility to maybe take and stack up here, as well as Moscow. I'll have to look and just see if there's anywhere possible where I can just go ahead and stack and keep a little extra income for a little bit, but still have this safe for G6. Because we got a lot of fighters. We got 6 fighters coming in for G6, so that's the positive. Alright. So, yeah, he did that. Combat, he took Balagda up here, and he took Madagascar, obviously. I was planning on using this bomber to try and kill these 2 guys, but maybe I can get my 2 AAs and my 2 infantry with my 2 AAs come back here so that he'd have to use his transports and use this bomber to pick off the Madagascar guy. So I don't have to worry about that issue, about him taking anything with that, South Africa, Brazil, coming back around to New Zealand, anything for that matter. I think it might be worth going ahead and just picking him off with the bomber rather than attacking here like I was going to. I mean, I'm going to fall apart in Africa regardless, right? So, eh. So yeah, no, I think I might do that. I might just go ahead and try and pick that guy off and not let him capture any more territories. I think that's the right thing to do. All right, so in any case, purchasing units. Um, we're not going to get max pressure in India. I feel like getting all these territories is more important. One, so that I don't have to have 36 stacked from the fighters going 1, 2, 3 and landing, and he can't get fighters them back or 1, 2, 3 and landing. So to do that, we're going to have one American take here. We're going to use a transport to take the other American down here. And where's his bomber at? Make sure we're not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're good there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we're good there. Okay. So we can claim all of this. And then let's see. So we'll build 2 infantry for that transport to be able to grab next turn. All of this is going to go to DEI. And so that'll get us 3 infantry, 3 US infantry facing India at least. We're going to go ahead and build our factory. We're going to need to build 2 factories next time. So purchases, building 3 infantry. That doesn't feel right. Okay, our factory, 2 infantry, and I was planning on a fighter down here. And then that would give me 2 destroyers over here. 2 destroyers to go with the 3rd destroyer to be able to 1-2 dead zone C zone 13 is what that is. I need at least 2 boats coming in. I could do it with 2 subs, and that would give me a 7 IPC. But I don't really have anyone for him to transport at the same time, so I'd rather keep the surface ships, the destroyers versus subs for, air protection, because we're going to need it as this game goes on. So I might just bank that 3 IPC for next turn, because next turn we're going to want to build 2 factories. Good news is we're going to add 7 IPC to the US this turn. So yeah, I think we're going to bank the 3 for right now, because the transports can't pick up the guy over there at all right now, and we'll just save it for next turn. So there's our build. Plus, if I pull these guys back and it makes them come this way, that's less soon that they're coming this way, right? So I don't even think he'll chase them. I think he'll let them live. Maybe. I hadn't really thought about what I was going to do with these guys. Oh yeah, no, that's right. I was going to come down here. That's what I was going to do. Not much else we can do with them. Alright, well. Let's go bomber. No, come on. What? Oh. Okay. Thank you. Whew. Alright. Happy with the final result at least. So now we don't need to protect them with anybody. I don't believe. 1, 2, 3. Oh, actually, you know what? He could sacrifice his carrier if he wanted to go 1, 2, 3, and then land him on the carrier. I don't know. I mean, I guess I'll sacrifice 2 transports for a carrier if he decides to. I'd rather... use 1 less here. What's the 6? I really do want those fighters to live, though. Because I want those fighters going into Moscow. It's kind of important the next turn, so... don't think we can pull off 3 destroyers real well. Yeah, it's 50-50-ish. I mean, he could take... you know what? We had a bad dice, so we're going to go ahead and do that. So that he'd have to actually attack C-Zone 35 as well, not just move his carrier in there in order to kill those guys. Ah, nah. I just really want to make sure these fighters are safe up here, because keeping Moscow another turn is bigger than the 1 US transport. I don't even care about the UK transport, right? So I'd rather Moscow more confidently live another turn than to give up the US transport. So I think, yeah, we're just going to keep it that way. We're not going to give them the 50-50 on C-Zone 61. Alright, I think that's it. There we go. I'm going to be back in just a second. Yeah, so I don't think any tricky plays that I'm going to do. I was thinking about take him to stop the tank blitz and then throw enough units up here to stack Arch. Since we got the 2 extra fighters that we didn't need in here. But I really can't get enough to stop him from doing a 2 infantry, 3 fighter, and a bomber strike that is profitable. So I don't think we're just gonna let them live this time. And 13, 16, 21, 24, 25. Yeah, 32, but not the attack power. So here's the interesting thing that I think I am going to do, though, is I'm thinking multiple turns, right? In particular, I'm thinking about the G7 build for Germany 7 and what can we max defend with Germany 7. So I've got 13 IPC right now, and I'm going to get 8 next time, so that's 21. So I could build 7 infantry. Or would it be worth using 1 unit to take here, and that takes me up to 23, so I could build 6 infantry in an AA. You know, as I think about it, so that would basically be trading 2 infantry for 1 AA. Does have 6 planes coming in, but I think 2 infantry is going to be a better defender than 1 AA if my memory is not off here. 32, 60. So I actually don't think. I wish I had a tank there that I could just blitz it and take it, right? But yeah, no, two infantry is definitely going to be better than one AA. So we're just gonna turtle because again we're taking up Japan income, so we prefer Axis to have a split income. They're gonna have Kazakh at some point, so might as well let it be split between Japan and Germany instead. But we are just going to build 4 infantry so that I can build 3 infantry next time. And we're not going to do any combats. We're just waiting out until we are ready to move out. Now the bad news is obviously he has all that mobility with these tanks. The good news is he's very weak on infantry up this way, so I'm probably going to bail north when it does come time to bail, which is probably going to be Russia 8. Most likely. We'll see how things come out. Alright, this is going to be a quick one. Yesterday was Valentine's Day, so no hopping on the game after I got off work, so this is a real fast before I go to work in the morning one. It's a UK turn, not a ton to do anyways. But Germany round 6, you'll see he didn't do any combats. He just bought 5 infantry, 2 artillery, 2 bombers, so he's starting the bomber stack, which I knew was going to eventually start coming. And he transported all his units up to here, which a little surprised. I thought he'd continue to just go ahead and start funneling it into Africa. So that means I can give him a 50-50 on Moscow, and I'm going to offer that to him for G7. G8 is pretty much unstoppable, right? 50-50 on G7, and then G8, he's going to be able to build 4 more units here. He's going to be able to bring these 4 units in. He'll be able to build 2 more bombers, and probably, you could throw a tank in here and stack something in here. So he's going to have ultimately 10 to 11 units he could add. Best case I could do is get this US fighter in, and 2 more UK fighters that I would build, and then they'll be able to build, because he's only going to get 2 units, an AA and an infantry. So, I mean, in that case, it's just a matter of I'd be able to add 5 units. He's adding 10 to 11. It's already a 50-50. I did a real fast. I didn't look at it too close, but I think it'd give him like an 85 to 90% shot. So I'll probably be abandoning on Russia 8. I'll be abandoning it, which I can't complain about that. The good news with him pulling out, that does gives me a little bit more time, and he pulled out of Persia. That gives me a little bit more time to develop the U.S. down here. I don't want Japan to take India. I mean, I guess I kind of could and kind of don't. I know a lot of people say, oh, it's bad if Japan takes India, but I plan on leaving in Japan a pretty good income source and letting it be a split money. So I'd rather only one of them be able to purchase units on the mainland and have to spend their money accordingly. Why I have the Japan C zones, dead zones. I don't want Japan to take India. I want Germany to take it, actually. So, and again, this transport is really going to be kind of useless in the long run. I don't really need him. It'd be nice to grab these 3 guys, but I'm going to use it to kill this guy. Not to mention, I may even drop a US unit in here and block Germany from blitzing while he builds up, and lets me build a couple rounds of at least 1 round of infantry UK units in here, or possibly next turn some UK boats to help defend the sea zones, because obviously I expect this bomber number to grow as time goes on, as well as the Japan fighter numbers. So I'm going to stall India a little bit, at least make Germany take it, and I may even throw a blocker, an American blocker in there. We'll see. So our purchase, we're going to go ahead, buy 3 infantry to throw down here, because again, we want to get as much stacked here, ready to defend this peninsula, is my main goal. Like I said, my line is to hold on to these 2, and trade this one at best and trade this one at best, and then build to work my way up. So 3 units there and infantry down there. I am still going to go ahead and build 2 fighters here because he may go for the 50-50 and I need to defend my fleets. He does have 3 bombers. If I use UK and US to take these, that's all he's got that can attack here is the 3 bombers. So yeah. All right. Pulling in 33, 34, 30, hope, well, maybe 35. It'd be great if my infantry lived. I don't have to worry about the US part. So we're going to have 34. I'm debating is which one do I take? Do I use US or UK to take the France there? Not to build. I think I'm going to take France with UK and just take the money build while I can. I think I might at least throw a Japan unit in there. I mean, that's kind of a pointless move, but pointless not to do it, I guess. Maybe he forgets. I mean, I guess maybe he wants... That could be German income, too. He could turn that to German income. I'll do that. That'll give me a 9-pointer if he doesn't move anything in. I don't really need anything more than that, so we'll just do that. Come on, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Yeah, all right. Yay. It'll be interesting to see what he decides to do with Japan then, if he decides to open that up with Japan or not. We can hang them out here, I guess. We don't want to put them in the firing squad zone. That's all my UK units. That's kind of sad. Trying to create a bit of a dead zone for C-Zone 14 next turn too, if I can. So I want to trap his fleet in. So there we go.